why I brought that up.
Well, the Department of War could be a deterrent. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're about
But it's
war.
not.
That could be a deterrent.
But it's not though. So
you know how, like,
anything. You could
like for example,
war is like as a program to.
You know why Trump is sending illegals to countries over in Africa and all around the world?
It's to scare the other illegals.
He's doing that as a deterrent to deter other illegals from coming to the country, and it's actually working.
That's why the debt prices are going up.
Hey, so Paz, now I can just fuck with you, Paz, but for real, Paz, you gotta understand about some style of leadership. You know, America has thick power.
I'm not talking
around places like France.
I'm not.
They're more diplomatic, right? So when you're in a nation with stick power, what happens is they will posture these sticks as a deterrent. So he's pretty much letting the world know that if y'all want to go to war, we'll take you to war. And I'm going to name this department the War Department to let you know that we're war ready. Because sometimes that posturing can be a very big deterrent to actually going to war.
And what history says?
They do it with nukes all the time. Don't no country want to use nukes.
What history says?
They posture these nukes to let the other country with nukes, let them know that if you nuke us, we're going to nuke you 10 times.
What?
Yeah, we'll blow the fucking world up, but so be it. You started it.
First of all, that's very, very fucking stupid. Second of all, he's talking about using the Department of War like against like immigrants. Like he's like, we're gonna show them why it's called, the Department of War.
So he did that for immigrants?
So he's a piece of shit monster. He's a warmongering person.
So he changed
What immigrants did he change it for?
The Defense Department to the Department of War for immigrants.
What immigrants did he change it against?
That's not what I said.
You literally just said that.
No, I did not literally say
maybe
that.
I misheard
Words
you.
are
What did
so
you say?
difficult for you. Yes.
What did you say? Maybe I misheard you.
What I'm referring to is like what I think is a tweet or something like that. One of them videos that he put on social media that came from like the White House. It said something along the lines of, "We'll show them why we changed it to the Department of War." I'm slipping my mind slightly, but that it negates. No, shut up for a second. It negates shut the fuck up for a second. It completely negates your concept of him being this anti-war person. That's what I'm talking about. Like the whole point.
He just said they changed the War Department or the War Department for the immigrants.
No, that is not what I fucking said. That is absolutely not what I said. Why are words so difficult for you? They're extremely difficult. Very basic concept. I speak so precisely, and I pick my words very carefully. I absolutely did not say what you just said. I didn't even say something that was even close to that. I hope the replays is on so that niggas can see that that's absolutely not what I said. It is just speaking to a severe lack of comprehension on your level, on your side. It's not what I said.
So what did you say?
I did not say that you changed the Department of Defense for immigrants. I never said that. What I said, and I'm referring to some kind of social media post, I'm even saying that the exact details of it are slipping my mind right now, but I'm quite certain that there is some post social media where the White House posted something, and I think that they're even talking about immigrants, and he said they'll see why it's called the Department of War. That doesn't mean that they changed it to the Department of War for immigrants. It just means that they are going to enact war-like tactics on illegal immigrants and people that support them. How is this so confusing for you? It's really easy to see how people like y'all ended up thinking that Trump was like the better option because there's just a severe lack of critical thinking. That's why you niggas seen Kamala Harris and Trump, and somehow, and I hate Kamala Harris, I'm not a fan of her. She very obviously was the better option. It's insane to think otherwise. You have to be a severely, unbelievably stupid or evil person to think otherwise.
Why do you hate Kamala Harris?
This shows it. Because I'm from Oakland, California, and I have had a lot of familiarity with her, and I do not like how friendly she has been with like SFPD, with Oakland PD, her refusal to hold police officers accountable. It's actually not any of the shit that people talk about in the media, because I know that those things are more nuanced, like the whole thing about like cannabis and things like that. She actually has done some progressive things in that department that a lot of people don't talk about. Like she actually did spearhead a program that was dedicated to rehabilitation and helping people who had been arrested for cannabis crimes and things like that. It's not that. It's actually her refusal to hold police accountable for things that happen out here in the Bay Area. There were egregious cases of racial profiling, of harassment, of police brutality that was targeted, people that were murdered, people that were beaten, and her refusal to hold them accountable because she was very like close and friendly with the police out here. You know, like they call her the top cop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the truth. So yeah, there's plenty of reasons I don't fuck with her. I don't fuck with her stance on Gaza. I don't fuck with a lot of things about her. But if I don't fuck with her for her stance on Gaza, then I'm absolutely not fucking with the dude who is like sucking Netanyahu's dick, who literally is talking about flattening Gaza and like moving out of the. He's literally talking about ethnic cleansing. So yeah, I that's the thing about like presidents and leadership is it actually is unfortunately the lesser of two evils. And if anybody on this planet thought that Trump was the lesser of two evils, they're either an evil person who does not care about humanity, or they're a severely stupid person who was gullible enough to actually believe the things that Trump said.
Well, it was only like 80 million Americans, so it wasn't that many. It was like only 80 million. Really 90 million.
Yeah, and there's a huge problem with education in this country. Would you agree? You agree that there's a huge problem with education in this country, right?
Yeah, 10 other million for the Democrats didn't come out, so actually 90 million people agreed with Donald Trump on that. So I don't.
That's stupid math.
They say the numbers don't lie.
What does that have to do with what I said?
They say the numbers don't lie.
Numbers have context.
What does that have to do with what I just said, though? How does that relate to what I said?
They're not going to be able to refute nothing you said, Password. They're not going to be able to refute nothing you said because everything he said is on par with what happened in the election. Even his honesty about his views on Kamala Harris. Like, he could have came out and said that he loved Kamala. Nah, his views was honest on that, but he understood that, hey, in a cycle like this is what we're getting. Unfortunately, hey, I'm not sure what you guys' political views were prior to 2016, but we know MAGA didn't exist. So I'm going to believe that the propaganda wave of MAGA really worked on you guys. That's all I can assume. Like a lot of black conservatives on this app claim that they were Democrats at one point and then say that the Democratic Party left them type shit. And I'm starting not to believe that. I'm starting to believe that these were politically ignorant people from the beginning. And once somebody like Trump came around who could spew some of the rhetoric that they could get behind, like it's somebody in the chat that said Trump is running America in a masculine way. Like, what the fuck do that mean?
That means a lot. And if you don't understand that, if you don't understand that,
what does that mean?
You don't understand that basic.
I understand what masculinity is. I understand what masculinity means, but he's not doing a good job.
He's not running America like a beta male.
So what the fuck does that mean?
Like, if you look at Joe Biden,
he's a cut to Russia.
Absolutely,
he's a cut to Israel.
Like a beta male, though.
He's a cut to Russia.
He absolutely is running the country like a beta male. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a cut to Russia. He's a cut to Israel.
Hold on, Rob. He's bending over for everybody, bro. You over here sucking on Netanyahu's dick, bro.
Hold on, hey Rob, but seriously, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
President that we ever had.
Hold on, but Rob, wait, Rob, you can't, wait, Rob. During the campaign, right? During Kamala Harris and Biden's campaign, I swear to God, bruh, or Harris's campaign, I swear to God, bruh, every male that spoke at her rallies, every male that showed up for her was a gay male, bruh. Literally every last one of them, bro.
That's just not true, but if that's all you saw, I'm not going to tell you what you saw is wrong.
And I'm going to tell you what's the point, but what, and then what?
That's because y'all support it, man. Y'all support that shit.
Well, what's the
It ain't got nothing to do with me supporting. It ain't got nothing to do with me supporting what two people doing their bed. I don't give a fuck what two people do in their bed. I'm supporting certain policy that affects people like me. That's what I'm supporting. It ain't got nothing to do with supporting the LGBT community.
What up, Sam?
And for the record, I ain't got no issue with them. They deserve human rights.
No, of course.
I ain't tripping about that.
Yeah,
you feel me? But the fact that y'all, here's the thing. Let me say this real quick. Kamala pivoted. This is the crazy thing. Kamala pivoted from the trans conversation. There's an interview that went out in like maybe June, May of 2024 where they asked her about that, and she politicianed the question. Man, it was the Republicans running the motherfucking me ads on Sunday football, making y'all believe that motherfucking transgender, who 1% of the population, who the bulk of us don't even motherfucking see, are somehow about to have our kids like taking our kids out the bathroom. I'm a father of two girls.
And that's a whole nother issue. The fact that that's such a small percentage of the population, but yet seem like they had the largest voice in when it comes
what
to
voice did they have?
Bro,
That's kind of like
What
you
did
know.
they have?
That's kind of like you. You
Listen,
don't represent a lot of black men, but you yell the loudest.
because
What
you
did they
cannot
have?
ignore the fact that for the last 8 years, from TV, everything revolves around that community, bro.
That's not true.
And when it came to the
For you, it does, but not in general.
listen,
Nigga, what are you talking about?
Bro, when it came to the Democrats, you would thought that was just literally the LGBT party.
No, that's your perception of it, and that's
That's
your perception of it, and you can't understand anything beyond that. That's the problem. No, I'm not going to listen because you've been talking. So this is a dialogue as I understood it. So your perception of the party is that, and that's fundamentally your problem. That's fundamentally Notorious's problem, and a number of other of you minority Negroes who think that that's the basis of the Democratic Party. That's the problem.
With a landslide. Trump said Kamala Harris is for them, they, I'm for you.
That's just good marketing, which is fine. That's good marketing, but that works on